channel. Please share it with your near and dear. Now let us learn negative statements, yes or no type questions and WH questions. Negative statements. Now we are learning negative statements questions also. Right, here negative statements, negative yes or no type questions. And negative WH and how type of questions. All right. Okay. The system is the same, just like in positive statements questions also. For example, you are not feeling well is the statement. It's not question. Or you can even say you aren't. Instead of are not, you can use aren't. It's the short form for are not. Okay, you can either say in this way or in that way. Okay, you aren't feeling well. Generally in spoken English, especially when we when we speak to people in day-to-day life, we use these kinds of sentences. You aren't feeling well. Instead of you are not feeling well, generally we say you aren't feeling well. She isn't going to Hyderabad, and you aren't doing that one. They aren't coming here. Like that we use interform, especially aren't. Instead of are not, you can use aren't. Instead of is not, you can use isn't. Okay. So, okay, to frame a question, you see, you are not feeling well. Just like in present, just like in positive type of questions, in negative type also the same system. You are not feeling well. Simply you are changing the order of this subject and helping verb. Are you? Instead of you are, you can say are you not feeling well? Is the question. Are you not feeling well? If you take this type of sentence, simply you and aren't. We have to change the order of these two. Instead of are, we can use aren't. Aren't you feeling? Aren't you feeling well? Is the question. But so widely used sentence it is. These types of sentences generally so widely used in our language. Aren't you feeling well? Instead of are you not feeling well, generally we prefer to use aren't you feeling well? Right. And WH questions, especially WH and how type of questions, there is a great chance for only why. In negative sentences, negative type of questions, generally why, chance for why is more. Okay, are you not feeling well? And then simply you can add why in front of this one, means before this one. Why are you not feeling well? Why are you not feeling well is the question. And if this type of sentence, if you take, you can say, why aren't you the same? Why aren't you feeling well? Why aren't you feeling well? So this is the question. For example, if you take one more example, number 2, she is not studying well. She is not studying, otherwise simply, she is not studying. Otherwise, we can even say she isn't. She isn't studying well. Or she isn't studying. Then the question for this one, she is, simply changing the order, is she not studying well? Or is she not studying? Is she not studying is the question. And if you take this type of sentence, isn't she? Isn't she studying? Isn't she studying? And if it is, you see, WH question, why is she not studying? Why is she not studying is the question. Otherwise, why isn't she? Why isn't she studying? Okay, in this way we have to frame negative questions also. Just like in positive way, in negative way also we frame the questions in this way. Okay, and in the case of WH and how, WH means wow, sorry, who and how many people. In the case of who and how many people, the framing the question is the same, just like in positive way. Instead of this subject you, if you use who are not feeling well. Instead of you, if you use who, it becomes a question. Who are not feeling well? And for example, here she is not studying. So instead of this she, if you use who is not studying? Who is not studying? Like that. Okay, this is the same way in negative sentences also. What is present perfect? Let us see the structure of it. Present perfect. The structure of present perfect is subject, plus has or have plus V3 form is needed. V3. And I want to make it clear by drawing one substitution table for you. For example, he, she, it, Ravi, the boy, etc. is there. We have to take helping verb has. If plural subjects are there like we, you, they, even though I is singular, I, the students, etc., we have to take have as helping verb, then V3 form. Verb 3, as we have already known, V1, V2, V3, the V3 forms we have to use. For example, subject, if subject is singular, it indicates only one person, he, she, it, Ravi, the boy, only one person they indicate. So if the subject indicates only one person, then we have to use has as helping verb. And after that V3 form. For example, if we take he has completed his work. He has completed his work just now. Just now. Complete is the first form verb, completed second form verb, and V3 also completed. Complete, completed, completed. Just like jumped, jump, jumped, jumped. Laugh, laughed, laughed. Dance, danced, danced. Just like that. Complete, completed, completed. Third form is also completed. So, subject plus has or have, has we are using, and here V3 form is completed. Okay, the other words we are using, okay, and for example, you see here, learnt music recently. Recently. For example, visited America. This year. For example, learnt lessons. Learnt all lessons. Etc. For example, if we take, you see here, all singular subjects are there. For singular subjects, we have to use has. For example, he has completed his work just now, we can say. For example, she has learnt music recently, we can say. She has visited America this year. She has learnt all lessons. We can say in this way. You can take any subject and substitute these words. And if we come to plural subjects, especially we, more than one, then we have to use have. We have completed our work, for example. We have learnt music recently, we can say. We have visited America this year, we can say this way. And in the case of you, even though you, singular also you have to use have, even as plural also you have to use have only. Okay, you have learnt all lessons. You have visited America this year. You have done all your work, like that. Plural also, you have visited America, or singularly, you have visited America also, we can say. They have completed their work, like that. And in the same way, even though I is singular, I always takes have only, not has. I have completed my work. I have visited America this year. I have learnt all lessons, like that we can say. The students have completed all their homework. The students have completed all their homework. Like that we can use. Okay. Now how to use has or have we have learnt, but especially when do we use this present perfect, which is very important, which gives much problem to many speakers also. Okay, especially this present perfect is used for the past actions, really, for past actions, but result is in the present. But result is in the present. Especially we use this structure for past actions only, but the result should be in the present. For example, to make it clear to you, to make it so clear to you, I want to take one example. For example, I cut my finger. I cut my finger 1 year ago. I cut my finger 1 year ago. And second example, I have cut my finger I have cut my finger. So what's the difference between the first and second sentences? So in this subject V2 is used, but cut, V1 cut only, V2 also cut, and V3 also cut. But here in the first sentence we have used a subject plus V2, which is for past actions really. This comes under simple past, and we are going to learn about simple past in future. But really this sentence is in simple past. For past actions we use this sentence. But here, thank you for watching this channel. We'll meet in the next episode.